We get 1 lane of Rex, we get 2 lanes of Rex, and we get another half lane. I swear to God, this is the worst position you can be in the game. So we're up 17k and there's 1 Rex left. And whenever this happens, I swear my entire team just gets mind controlled by we need to get the last Rex. And we will do anything. We'll throw any lead we can to get the last Rex. And that's exactly what's going to happen. What up, G's? It's young Mirch. We back with another video. Now, ever since 7.40 and 7.40B, when Huskar and Draw Ranger got nerfed, I have been on the lookout for a brand new Mirch hero. Now, I've been playing a lot of different stuff with varying degrees of success, including an 8-game loss streak, which kind of hurt, and it ruined my Christmas mood. I'm not gonna lie. It did ruin my mood, but that's not gonna stop us from winning games and pushing and keeping up with the grind. So I have been playing Slark. Now this hero is not free win. I wish it was free win. Draw Ranger, Huskar, they got nerfed. They're still pretty good. There's still a really high chance of winning games with them, but Slark is not one of them. Now I have a game here. The amount of things you have to do to win a game with this hero is absolutely bonkers, and this hero is not for the faint of heart. So if you've been, trying to understand how to play Slark, this video is not for you, because I don't know. If we look at my stats, my Slark is not the greatest. I have negative win rate with Slark, and as you see, I win a bunch of games and then I lose a bunch of games. So I still haven't figured this hero out even after 200 games. But the amount of things you have to do to win some MMR for a goddamn plus 25 is crazy. So we're gonna look at this game a little bit, and this is a very long game, so we're not gonna go through all of it. Now in the laning stage, we're just gonna do some very basic stuff, right? We're just gonna try to CS, deny as much as we can, stay alive, buy a bunch of regen, nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy. The real first moment in this game happens very later on. So I end up dying quite a lot this game. It doesn't go out great for me. It doesn't start great for me. We keep trading, and I get the worst end of the stick, the short end of the stick every single time because I keep dying. But here is the very first moment where I decide to do a smart play. So enemy hits level 6 on the lane, so I can't really lane. My mid laner rotates bottom, so I decide that it's time for me to go mid to catch this wave and get free XP. But luckily they have a techies. It's not someone who can just shove me out of the lane, so I'm fine. He pushes the lane and I get to get level 6 here. Now because I'm already in the mid lane, I decide to go gank bottom. So at first I need to get my level 6 because without 6 I can't really do much, right? And then I decide to run bottom and assist, and I think this is a really good play because we end up getting quite a few kills. And the reason I do this is because I can't really sit on lane versus Mars and Wind Ranger anymore because they're just going to wipe me, right? So if mid lane is free XP, I'm just going to go there. And then I rotate bottom, and then I'm just going to farm a lot, right? So this game, I end up going for Diffusal first item. And then I usually like Mage Slayer, I believe is it called. I like Mage Slayer, but I don't think I get it this game because I felt like it was just going to be way too slow, and Lycan's just going to destroy me anyway. So as you can see, I'm trying to get a bunch of kills, but I never get any kills. It's always someone else who gets the kills, and I get power shot from downtown and I die with my ult up. So this kind of sets up the pacing of the game, right? You kind of now get the feeling of what kind of game this is. It's not going great for me, right? It's really not. We're gonna put net worth on, and as you can see, I'm doing okay, but it's not going great. So we're just gonna skip ahead a bunch in this game because the first 20 minutes not really anything exciting happens, and then this game degenerates quite fast and quite for a long time. So we're gonna try to watch the second half of the game, and this is kind of where the first moment starts when I finally get my Ags. So I have Diffusal Ags, now I have 2 leaps, I can just go on them, right? I can keep them chain stun. So whenever I approach fights, I just always want to be on in the surrounding area. I never want to go in first, right? And as you can see, I catch out Wind Ranger. I go for them, and I'm like in and out. I'm in and out, and I'm so confused. What do I do? And it's really rough. Jakiro buys back. He TP's back in. I'm like, I still have ultimate. I can jump on him. And now I need to get the hell out of here. And this is kind of how you want to play this hero. Just go in, go out, go in, go out, go in, go out. If this reminds you of something, I have no idea what you're talking about, right? So that's kind of the whole thing with Spark. That's what you want to do. And you want to play the hero at its limits. Now, the issue with this is that you're just going to end up beating a lot. Which is why I'm only 2, 5, and 10, right? So I have a bunch of assists, but I keep dying, and that's not great. I catch Hekies here alone. I know 2 of them are dead. I have ult, I have shard. I'm not really afraid. We get the kill. I have a sports behind me, and now we're back out. So I'm going BKB next because Mars is kind of rough, right? And Jakiro has a lot of damage, magic damage, and I need to be able to go into those mines and not die. That's where Mage Slayer is usually pretty good, but if you can never get the debuff on Techies because he sits far away and disarms you like a little tech goblin he is, right? Then it's just not going to be very effective. So I end up going BKB. So we decide to do Roche, and Slark is just horrible at doing Roche, right? But we bait them in, we get the Techies, I insta die, and as you can see, my hero is pretty strong. I'm top net worth, but it doesn't really feel like crazy strong, right? So whenever if I don't have ult and I don't have shard, I'm always just trying to go in and out, right? I try to get a kill, I go out, not the greatest Roche usage. And now I see another fight coming up, right? And I'm like, oh, they're all super low. I can go in. I can go in, grab a quick kill, get out, in and out. I see LC joining me. It's perfect. I get stunned. I don't have Q. Kind of sucks. I try to save LC with the shard, but he just ends up running away out of it and dies like a complete noob. Then I kill Jakiro, turn around on him. Quick kill. I see the courier. Yoink. That's mine now. Thank you very much. And I'm like, I just need to get out of here. But I see Mars has no mana. I have ult. I still have BKB. I get the quick kill on him. In and out. And then I'm outie. I'm outie. But the Wolfman is just so much stronger than I am. He's just so much faster. I try to leash him, but he's not a dog. He's a wolf, and he bites. Wolves bite, you know, and it hurts, and I die. But I'm pretty happy because I got a clip out of that, right? I get a triple kill, a courier, and a clip. So that works for me, right? And then my team ends up getting the kill anyway. So that's kind of perfect. This Clinks, he was playing quite okay for a little bit. But then they end up doing this shit. So I don't know what to say. Like, I'm not really 100% confident that my team can do anything. Also, Clinks has like as much net worth as I do, but he just doesn't feel like he's doing any damage to them right now. I don't know why. Like, he went, what items did he went Deso. He has 28 charges and BKB, and he can't kill him. He can't kill him. But what does happen is your boy Mirch. Mirch gets the Techies kill, goes in, gets shackled like a noob, gets pulled over. They're playing ping pong with me. We get a good disruptor ult, and I'm like, oh, it's the Wolfman. Wolfman's gonna bite me, dude. I'm running, dude. With tiny legs, I'm running. I'm trying to juke. They have wards everywhere. They see me. My passive is never, Barracuda regen is never really coming up. But we end up getting them anyway. So when you play Slark, you just got to go in and out. You know, I'm slippery. You gotta be like a fish. You gotta be slippery. You go, and I do that pretty damn well, if I can say so myself. Now we're 9k gold ahead, and you would think this is where the game is going in a positive direction, right? This is where, okay, Mirch, you got this in the bag. If my friend was here, he would say, there's no way you're losing this, right? There's no way. There's no way. There's just no way. There's just no way. He would keep saying that. Let's take a look at what happens here, right? So I put Shard on the arena. He ended up dying anyway because there's just way too much damage, and he couldn't click the tombstone to get into the tombstone. I pop BKB and I have to run. And again, as you can see, we're going in and we're going out. I'm like, okay, Elsie's dead. What's my team doing? God damn it. What's going on here? All of a sudden, Undying is dead. And I'm like, oh, I don't really want to go back in. But I'm like, okay, they're kind of spread. This guy's over there. We got the cage kind of separating his team. So we get the quick kill on Lycan. I'm going back in. I got 26 stacks. I'm going a little bit out to regen. Detour because I think they have a ward, but they don't. And then I'm like, you know, I have ult. And as long as you have ult, you really got to play around this ult. Because that's such a low cooldown. So you can really just play around it. But now I have to go back out. So I'm just going in. I got the leash on the guy. Luckily, my team's there to, you know, Gloogle. Gloogle is there to get the kill. And then I'm hopping off. I'm hopping out. I know it's just Wind Ranger, but I'm 500 HP. I don't have my ult because the creeps see me. So I'm going back in and out. And this was just so stressful to play. You know, you have like 180 APM. Your heart rate's going up to 150 when you're playing the game, and it's just like it's just so much harder than Huskar, where I just go in, spear, spear, spear. Oh, you're taunted. Oh, you're silenced. Oh, you're slowed. You can't do anything. And I'm undying, and I'm just like 1v5 rampage. Shout out to my other clip. Yeah, this is just not the same thing. You gotta go in, you gotta hit twice, you gotta hit 2 stacks. You're dealing 0 damage, but you're unkillable. But you are gonna die if you don't go in and out, right? So the amount of stuff that I feel like I have to do just for a lousy 25 points, right? And then my team, like, I don't know, they just keep overextending. This guy is gonna get bitten in his behind, and he dies, right? So this is not at all an easy game. Now I'm going back in. But I have to ditch. I thought I could save him with the shroud. Let's call the shroud my shard, deep depth shroud. So now they're kind of pushing in our base. We got 12k lead, but it's kind of slowly going down, right? And I'm like, what's going on? But luckily, we got a smoke on them, and your boy Mirch, he's just too good. He's just too good. You know, we know we can chase. We know they can't really do anything, and I'm always looking. I'm luckily here. We get the TPs in. I get the blind jump on the techies. He has no mana. He can't do anything. I have BKB. He's not going to do anything, and we get the triple kill, right? So we kind of went back and forth this game. Now we're doing Roche. I got my Eye of Scotty now. I really like Scotty because it slows them. I can stick to them, and it gives me a bunch of stats, which is exactly what Slark likes because I have the regen, I have the damage, and as long as I just can keep sitting in the fights and hitting them, I'm going to be fine. So they're all kind of dead. I'm trying to clear the mines because I have a bunch of regen. Now here's the tricky part. And here's why I like Dro Ranger, right? Because you can just push high ground so easily with Dro. Because you stay 500 yards away and you get on this you know, little glacial spike, glacial hill thing, and you just hit from blink dagger range on the buildings, and you get high ground vision so you don't miss and everything. You don't get that with any other hero. So you know, when you're playing Slark, you got to risk your ass to do it. So here the fight comes in. Mars is there. I put the shroud. I pop BKB, and then the guy puts me in the tombstone. Well, luckily, Clinks will start doing some damage. So I'm just tanking there. You know, as long as I don't die and I just leash them and make sure that they're silenced and mana drain, they can't do anything. So we get 1 lane of Rex. We get 2 lanes of Rex. Give us a second. We get 2 lanes of Rex. And we get another half lane. And this, I swear to God, is the worst position you can be in the game. This is the worst position you can be in the game. There is no position in the game where you can be in a worse spot. So we're up 17k and there's 1 Rax left. And whenever this happens, I swear my entire team just gets mind controlled by we need to get the last Rax. And we will do anything. We'll throw any lead we can to get the last Rax. And that's exactly what's going to happen in this game. So my team decides to take a fight without me and with Legion dead. You know, and I tell my team, I remember telling my team, we need to wait for Legion. And they're like, why? I actually heard him say why in the game. I missed the pounce. Thankfully, we trade 2 for 2 or 2 for 3. So it's not the worst thing ever. But here, look what happens here. Guys, we need the Rex. Guys, we need to take the Rex. I'm going to suicide for the Rex. He gets bashed on his BKB and dies. I really hate this. We were up 17k and we had Aegis, and all we had to do was wait for LC to group up and wipe them and end the game. But no, We need to suicide for the bottom rack. We need to suicide for the last racks. So, what happened now? Well, like, nothing. We're just throwing the game. Luckily, I man up on this guy, and he gets the TP out. But I get 50 stacks. So, he realizes that he can't just man fight me, because I'm really strong. I got Disperser now. I got double damage. So, I'm hunting, right? Sniffing. I fail the gank on Mars. I don't find him. So nothing happens. So let's see what happens here, right? Team goes for Tormentor. Great. And now we don't have Aegis anymore. Well, our lead, we're getting our lead back. And look what happens here. Clinks just decides, you know, hey, I want the suicide for the racks, you know. You gotta get the racks. We gotta get the racks. We gotta get the racks. Let's take a look at what happens. We gotta take the racks, guys. He's mind controlled. He's losing it. He's actually mind controlled. So he comes here and just dies to mines. And then I'm like, oh shit, he's going for it. I want to go. I also die to mines. I never get to press BKB. I never get to press my ult. I never get to do anything. So he gets mind controlled first, and then I get mind controlled. And I'm not going to lie, guys. Here at this moment, I was losing it. I was losing it really hard. I was like, we're gonna lose this game. We went from 17 to 12 to back to 15 to now to 8. This means all of them have probably gotten one more item since we last were ahead. So now this lead doesn't mean anything. So I am crazy tilted right now. I am crazy tilted. Luckily, I have BKB. Of course, Disruptor ends up suiciding because that's just what you do. That's just what people do in 5K. That's just what people do in 5K. They cannot, if you sit here and wait for them to push and maybe you can do something about it, that's just too much to ask. So right here, I'm like, we're losing the game, and I'm not buybacking. I am not buybacking. We were up 17K, and now we're down to 2K lead because Clink's buybacks. Thankfully, he buys back and you know, put the skeleton army because I was not going to buy back. I was like, I would rather lose the game instead of buybacking because if I buy back, it's really bad. It's really not a good idea. So thankfully, after I have calmed down, because I'm always calm. I'm always calm when I play these games. I never get upset. I never get angry. I'm just a calm man. I'm like, okay, let's regroup. I want to buy Basher, right? So I was really pissed when, oh, what's happening? I find the techie. I instantly press Alt, Shroud, everything because I just don't want to die. And I press BKB. I'm like, if I die here, it's really bad. So I'm going in and out. They're chasing me, but I survive. Meanwhile, Jakiro dies. We're also 4v5 because we're being mind controlled. Clinks dies without buyback, but I get the catch on them. Except I don't. And we end up dying. And we're no longer ahead, guys. Guys, we are no longer ahead. We are actually down 6K. So I have to buy back. I have to buy back. And we get a really, really solid ult from Disruptor into a taunt, into my ult is back. So I'm always like, I need ult because I don't have BKB. So I really need ult, right? Because without ult, I can't do anything. We kill the Lycan. He buys back, but he takes a long time to get here, even though they have the outpost. So now we get a glimpse back, and somehow we're still in this game. We are no longer insta losing. I thought this game was over 5 minutes ago. I'm not gonna lie. I was ready to fucking throw the game. But now I know I have ult in 2 seconds, so I know I can go in. I have BKB. I pop everything. I even have Basher, so he can't escape. He ends up running away anyway because he has BKB. So now I need to wait for my ult again. And this is the beauty of if you're like Void here and you have 2 minutes on your chrono, well, you're done, right? You can't do anything. You can't do anything. But I have 10 seconds, so I'm just constantly pinging my team, my ultimate, just so we don't throw the game right now. Even though I have 40 stacks and 4k HP, I know that I could insta pop in one like Jakiro stun, right? And then I get bashed. So I have ult again, and I'm like, okay, Flanks is coming back up. They don't have BKB on, they don't have buyback on Lycan, they don't have buyback on Jakiro, and they do not have buyback on Wind Ranger. So what happens next? We need Roche. Roche is up. Roche is up. We definitely need Roche. So I go and I start Roche. because we can't wait forever, and I need to bait them. And this guy is on a death wish. He's trying to suicide. So I'm like, what do I do? Do I go in? Do I go out? Do I go in? Do I go out? Do I save him? Do I not? I try my best, but Clinks ends up dealing a lot of damage. Ends up killing the 2 people or just 1. Yeah, Mars ends up dying as well. So now it's just the 2 of them. I get the double leash on him, and of course my friend Disruptor saves Lycan because Glimpse apparently takes him out of the leash, so he gets freed. He was chained like a dog, but it is what it is. Your teammates are sometimes going to do these things to you, and you got to stay calm, which I always am, by the way. But now Mars also bought back, so they have 0 buybacks. They have 0 buybacks, so we're pushing Roche. But I'm at any point willing to run back, and we also scan for them. So as soon as we see the scan, I'm like, it's over. This is a free Roche for them. This is a free Roche for them. Well, what are we gonna do now? So we just need to stall. We're stalling. We're waiting for Clinks and LC to come back alive, right? We're waiting for them to come back alive. And then I see Jakiro using, this was a crucial moment. When I see Jakiro going for the Q on Roche, I'm like, that's my Q to go in, right? So I'll go in. I have everything, right? I have BKB, I have Basher, I have ult, I have everything. So I press it now. I put the boots in my backpack. He's going out. Roche is dying to Jakiro ult. So I'm just like, I got the Aegis. I can't believe I get the Aegis. Meanwhile, Lycan dies to beautiful taunt, and we have double tombstone. So we end up securing the win. We end up securing the win. Now all we need to do is just run it down. They have no more buybacks. They're just one techies and 1 Wind Ranger position 4 and a bunch of mines. There's a bunch of mines, and I know there's a bunch of mines. So I'm trying to clear them, which is why I have the cheese in my backpack, in my inventory, because I know that once I go in, I am going to never mind, scratch that. I got hexed into full shackle. I got hexed into full shackle. Wait, what's going on? Am I throwing this game right now? At the very last second, I popped the cheese, and I survived thanks to the cheese. I get to pop ult, and we don't lose the game. Yeah, because remember, I don't have buyback. So I was this close to throwing the game. And it's just so crazy the amount of stuff that I need to do to win a game on Slark. So, Slark, really fun hero, very strong, but also very weak at the same time. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and Happy New Year.